Why I said I hate the Apex community is because of this game is so far in between my actual experience and my typical experience as a solo queue player. Because games like this are peak Apex, and it's not about the kills or damage. My name is Flame078, the normal gamer. So let's talk about this match and why I feel the way I do. So this match, why I like it right off the gate so you guys understand, it played out the 20 minutes pretty nicely. It got to end game. It was well paced with good fights. My teammates were actually pretty cool. Overall, it was just an enjoyable experience. And like games like this where it ticks all the boxes is pretty rare when it comes to a solo queue experience and when it comes to pubs, which is why I typically prefer, letting myself just warm up in mixtape and then go right to ranked, because in ranked, minus the solo queue aspect, I can at least get consistently good matches when it comes to just the pacing of the match. But right here, this was nice. We got our first fight contested, but after this, like moving on, I'm gonna cut a little bit of this. We're gonna get to like 15 squads left, maybe 14 by the time we get into our next fight. We have a little bit of downtime, and this is where the risk comes in, right? This is the where it could veer off the rails. When you can land, have a good fight, but depending on the map, depending on what you're doing, like this is where maybe next thing you know, by the time you get to someone, half the lobby is already gone, maybe even less. So it just creates this weird feeling of that you're just running around and whatnot, which is why I kind of typically just don't like pubs. Like, I'll be upfront with you guys. So this is where I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, where do you gravitate to and why. And if you like pubs, let me know why you play pubs more so than anything else. Like for me, why I go for ranked one, it's competitive and I like that aspect. I like challenging myself all the time. And like I said, pubs is too inconsistent for me as a solo queue player coming home, only playing like 2 to 3 times after work a week. Like it's a rough experience. So we're moving towards our next fight. Like I said, look at that map right now. Look at the spread. That's not typically how Olympus usually is, at least for me. Let me know your experience. But we got kind of lucky. Everyone's kind of concentrated. We're going into a really good situation where we could third party. And, that's not the typical experience. It could be very rare or, unlikely. Luckily, Olympus as a map, it's way better in this regard because at least it's kind of small and you can maneuver quite well. But in general, I believe that all maps suffer from this pacing issue where like where if you land or how I did and you're not in the center, like look at the map. Where on each map I'm talking about, whether it's Fragment on World's Edge or whatnot. Olympus has these little areas. Like each map has its own thing. Like if you're not in near that vicinity, it's a problem, which is why I said, like, for the most part, it's a lie that you can play pubs the way you want, because you're gonna have to like change the way or play predictably the same way over and over again, so there's no real variety, right? And that's why I like the aspect of trying to get 20-minute matches in pubs, because it gives you the full package of the Battle Royale experience. It's so weird to me, right? Like, I'm going to flat out say this right now. It is so weird to me that Battle Royale players are trying to make BR into something that it's not. Like, you don't go into CSGO or Valorant and complain about, oh my god, these 30-round things, I wish it was faster or whatnot. But for some reason, Apex for Battle Royale, like, that's what you guys want. That's why you guys are the W key warriors, because all you care about is trying to get to that next fight as quickly as possible, which doesn't really make sense. It's a battle royale. You should have the flexibility at least to play how you want, because since RNG is such a core thing, a lot of people like to mitigate that in different ways. So I don't know, that's just me. Like, that's why ranked again is preferred, because at least you can mitigate that the way you want. And you won't really get bashed for it. In pubs, like, you'll get bashed if you land far away from everyone else, if you don't land Fragment. Like, it's the only mode where that really happens. Another factor also besides player behavior is SBMM, right? That is a big thing. And this is another question I want to throw out to you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. Since I don't predominantly play pubs, at least this season I haven't. I'm probably going to go back to it for kill grinding. Wink, wink. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, because I'll be documenting my progress and stuff like that, doing some normal challenges from the average perspective. But let me know down below if you feel like the changes that they talked about in SBMM have been working for you. This match particularly feels sort of balanced in that regard. Like, I mean, I'm not fighting like Preds or Masters. I sometimes get that a lot too, so that inconsistently also affects it. So like, if you get a community that gives you an inconsistent behavior and then SBMM is not giving you any favors, then well, you're in for a really tough time. But like right now, this is solid. We got 10 squads left. I got like 4 kills. I got some decent damage. We're fighting. We're playing. We're as a unit. And as I was talking about the community, one thing right here, if you guys didn't peep, the Seer got a knock already and gets knocked himself. One thing that also deters, especially the solo queue player, are the randoms. Like typically, they just do their own thing, never really play the team. They rage quit and they just do mistakes because they're so self-interested. What I loved about this match too is like my randoms here were pretty awesome. Like honestly, like I didn't get as far as I did in this game without this clutch Seer. Like this Seer gets rezzed, right? It's focusing the res, focusing on the cover fire, gets me back up. This Seer has a knock waiting to be converted into a kill, and you know the race, you know the other octanes that you can't typically run into. The randoms would be like thirsty as heck to try to get that kill, and I'm a connoisseur too, so I'm pushing towards them like, hey, the Seer got a knock, let's push this team, let's finish this team up. So I'm trying to help out the Seer, but the Seer didn't automatically not res me, didn't automatically throw off position. You see how close we still are fighting teams and whatnot, and that's fun. This has not been my typical experience when I play pubs. In ranked, sure, but in pubs, it's usually 50-50. I'm usually, at this point in the game, I'm usually out a person because that person died right off the rip and quit. But the randos, when you play cohesively, even if you don't talk, like I don't have my mic on, as you guys can see, you don't have to talk to have a good cohesive experience. You just gotta just not be selfish. That's it. Why did I not have my PK out there? I definitely regretted that when that first happened. I was like, I definitely should have challenged with the PK right there. But this was funny. See, this is where Seer was doing a little bit too much. I know you're going for the res, but you saw the ult. You saw there was only one person. Like, it's okay. You can fight him. You don't have to rush towards me. I appreciated the sentiment, but like, come on. Like, he almost threw the game right there. But look at that. Clutch again. Like I said, I think this happens a couple more times too. This Seer saves my butt in this match, and again, it makes it fun. I was committed. I was like definitely smirking and smiling while this match was going on because I was having fun. Like I was doing the work. It felt really good just playing the match the way it plays out. And I know I was like, yo, I'm not letting you get back up again. I want Seer to get his kill, so I'm like, I'm thirsting you. It's these types of games, right, that like I wonder, I wish we could like study like what was going on here. Why did people land the way they did? What was the defining factor? You know, was it because of the skill level of the players attributed to landing zones, right? Like, is it the bastard pred people who are always land, you know, doing the W key stuff that I'm complaining about, where they always land fragment? Like, what's going on here? Like, how is it? I know it's RNG, is battle royale, but players dictate where we go, right? So I wonder, I wish Respawn could like dive into this a little bit more. I'd be fascinated to like just get the metrics of like, all right, what are the behaviors of different types of players? And I hope, you know, talking about, you know, different types of players, like they continue improving SBMM. My pubs experience is wildly inconsistent the times I do play. Again, I need you guys let me know down below. They said they need to be fixes, but from that blog post that they released, 4 buckets of skill, they definitely need to make improvements on that, because there's no way that that's going to be fair all the time, like at all, because those 4 buckets can only group you so well, right? So they definitely need to be more diverse in that aspect, and that goes into a big part of how your matches go. This lifeline thinks she's being cheeky. Look at that sneaky little lifeline out here. Nope. And the cool thing too, when matches play out like this, you get to work on all your other decisions, right? Like your macro decisions. Like right here, I know, like I kind of wanted to stay up top and rotate on top. I was trying to push my randoms to go and avoid this charge rifle team, but you know, it doesn't turn out, because it's clear that they're trying to gatekeep. But it's kind of these things that, like, when people aren't just focused on just pushing anything that just shoots or moves, you get to experience, you know, the mode for what it is. So it's really cool. But again, like that's what for me what makes Apex fun. Taking advantage of the randomness that Battle Royale gives you and like turning that into something, right? And what I always try to argue against is like, trying to make Battle Royale into something it's not. Like, sure, if you change the rules of the game set, sure, but right now you can't, like, I'm not, that's the thing too. There you go. Now that I got my look at that, look at you trying to hide out here. I'm not saying that Battle Royale has to have RNG. That's not, like, there are Battle Royales and you can make Battle Royale that's not RNG. That's not what I'm saying, like, right? That's not my argument. My argument is, like, we need to strive for a consistent experience where everyone's kind of on board to not make the game mode into something it's not. Like, if you want to play TDM, if you want constant action consistently, all the time, there's mixtape, there's TDM, there are different types of games. I think for Battle Royale players in the public space, I think we need to just be comfortable with some silence, right? Like, this match is 20 minutes, and you were seeing all of my fights and whatnot. There was definitely downtime. I try to trim it down as much as I can. There are quiet moments. I think for whatever reason, we're just afraid of those quiet moments, and you feel like if you're not really doing anything, you're not moving, you're not shooting, then you're not playing, you're not having fun. Like that might apply to other modes, but not here. And I think we all need to come to terms and accept that quietness that comes with a game mode of this type, right? As we approach the final fight right here, I'll probably cut to it once I finish talking and whatnot. One other thing too, just to kind of wrap things up. I like this part where I rotated up here. I was like, you know what? Most people, by looking for that fight, might go into the ship, which could have been the call. But at this point, I had no idea if there were two full squads. It will be. You'll see the result in a second. But you didn't know. Some people just turn off that aspect of the game that I really enjoy, which is, all right, thinking about the next move. Like, okay, I'm rotating here in anticipation that there's still two full squads somewhere around there. Pushing into that ship right now could have led to me, and especially in a ranked setting, could leave you in a really bad setting. Look at me here trying to bait a fight. And yeah, it's not, you're not doing anything, you're not doing it for rank points or anything, but it helps. It gives you a low risk environment to practice these skills, especially if you're a new player or a player that has been nervous going into ranked, to practice on, right? To just go in and try it here before doing it in like a high pressure setting like ranked, right? And that's why I was so frustrated in my previous video, which check it out. I'm trying to do more of these live commentary videos. So if you really do enjoy that, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be dropping daily videos of this, not of this caliber, but I'll be dropping daily content. I just want to be able to have anyone who wants to participate in Apex can feel like they can, no matter the skill level, no matter their playstyle. And why I was frustrated this week is just I feel like sometimes they can't. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Like I said, this has been my experience. Everyone else is different. I would love to have this conversation and dialogue. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the gameplay, and I'll catch you guys real soon. Let's wrap this fight up. Let's wrap up this game, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. My name is Flame078. Adios.
Squad's done. Frag out. Charging my shields, cuzzies.
Ring's closing. I like pushing limits as much as the next guy, but we gotta go.
Seer the MVP with those reses.
You are the Apex champion.